it is Sunday. It is Sunday, thankfully. It's been a busy old week at Dynodaze. So this is, as you well know, this is my point of the week where I drive and I chill out. My phone's not quite attached to my phone mount, but we'll ignore that for now. So I'm having a little chill out through the Leicestershire countryside, and as you can probably see, I'm not driving my FN2 Civic. And the reason I'm not driving my FN2 Civic is because I've broken it. Yep, I've broken my Civic. So let me explain how that happened. At work, because we have got limited space, I often park on a curb, and more recently, every time I pull up onto that curb, I'm hearing a thud as I come up it and a thud as I come off it, and it's coming from the rear for sure. I have had an episode where my exhaust had come off the hangers, but it wasn't that. So we had it in the workshop, and we were trying to find out exactly where this knocking was coming from, and Richard sort of said, well, it sounds very much like it's top mount. So I'm on Veasey Coilovers, so it was just a question of, well, let's check that they're tight, and let's tighten them up. And what happens when you over tighten something is it snaps, and we quite literally snapped the top of the shock where you can adjust it clean off, meaning obviously there was nothing to attach it to the car at the top. So I have ordered one from Veasey, and they've been very helpful and very accommodating, and it should be with me Wednesday. So I should be back on the road with the FN. Fingers crossed. But yeah, it was one of those things where as soon as it happened, you knew that the car was disabled. It's pretty uncommon, that sort of thing, and I've been looking back through different posts on the internet, and yeah, it really just seemed to be that it was that I over tightened it and I snapped it. Not a defect as such, and we still don't know where that knocking noise was coming from. So maybe it was coming from that shock, maybe it wasn't, but ultimately, if I fit a new shock and the problem goes away, then that's what it was. But they're not very old. They've not done immense amounts of miles. They've probably done, so I fitted them last July, I think. So they're only like, well, they're not even 12 months old. But I've not heard of other problems with BCs. Maybe you guys have. I've sold BCs for a decade, and maybe had one warranty in that time, and I've sold a lot of BCs, a lot of BC coilovers. Now, I was saying not long ago that if I were to actually choose a set of coilovers again, I'd choose a set of geckos, because the ride quality of the geckos seems to be less harsh, and because it's my daily, you know, you want that sort of, you want to be able to play when you want to play, but otherwise you don't want to hear that, you don't want to know that they're there. And whilst it handles phenomenally, it's very rare that I actually, well, it's Sundays, isn't it? It's only on a Sunday do I actually throw it into any corners. So I think realistically, if I'd have gone for coilovers again, or I'd have had hindsight, I'd have chosen geckos. Got a friend called Russ, and he is what I class as a track veteran in his FN2, and my god, that car flies. And considering it's only sort of like bolt-on mods and map, you know, it really does go well, and he brakes well, and he corners well, and he really loves his gecko coilovers that we supplied, by the way. And I don't think you can get a better test than that. I think someone like young Russ I don't think you're going to get a better test of suspension than someone that's constantly on the track at every opportunity. So yeah, I think in hindsight I'd have probably gone for the Geckos. Great quality, assembled in Malaysia, I believe, but using Japanese parts, actually the same parts as the teens. But yeah, really good quality stuff, and I love the quality of the Veasey coilovers. I just think that they're a little harsher, and that could be down to spring rates and the difference and the comparison between the two particular sets that I've driven on. But yeah, so my FN2's pretty much buggered until midweek. So fingers crossed we've actually got time in the workshop, because we're so busy. Fingers crossed I've actually got time in the workshop to actually get it fixed, because there's a lot going on, as you can see on the YouTube channel. A lot of maps happening, a lot of Ecutek FN2 maps, a lot of Honda Vert EP3 maps, and then we're doing an engine conversion, are we? That you know, the little brown Colt's getting its D series engine. Yeah, so that's what I've got planned for next week, hopefully. Now, I've not got tomorrow off. Tomorrow is Bank Holiday Monday. We're in because we've got a customer of ours called Mark, and he's got an FN2 that we've mapped before, and we're currently about 2 weeks in advance for work, but we've squeezed him in, and we've decided that we're just going to turn up on Monday and we're going to get his job done and make him happy, because he's another track enthusiast, always out on track. And some of the positive feedback that we received off Mark after having his car mapped elsewhere than mapped by us is phenomenal, and it makes you feel really good. You know, we know Richard is a dab hand at these mapping these FN2s on the Ecutek software, but when you get some feedback like we got from Mark, it really makes the whole job and the whole Dynodaze experience for us brilliant. And it's such a good feeling, because alright, we're a business and we're there to make money, but there's no greater feeling of satisfaction than when someone says, well done lads, that's an immense difference, that's so much better than it was before, and they go away happy, and that's a great feeling. And that's, again, I'm very, very lucky, and God willing I'll keep doing it, but I'm very, very lucky to do what I want to do in life. And I'm sure Richard feels the same way. So yeah, we're in on Monday doing that. That's going to be well, I'll make a YouTube video as I always do, but you know, it's going to be nice to constantly see improvements on that particular car. I think he's going to stick with us because we've done a good job. So yeah, happy days for that one. I'm doing a little bit of social media today. As you've seen, you already know the Klarna thing is going well. We've started to accept Klarna payments for parts, and it seems to be, or the data that I've got so far seems to be, it's big ticket items that people are using Klarna for, especially when somebody, for example, gets a broken spring or a broken shock, and instead of spending the money out to just repair their car, they're taking that as an opportunity to upgrade, and they want to go for, like I said, coilovers and things like that, or better suspension. And it's those sorts of things that Klarna seems to be being used for. You know, like when your clutch goes and you don't expect your clutch to go, so you haven't budgeted for it, then you can spread it over 30 days. You know, you can pay the workshop, you can pay for parts on it. It seems to be very, very helpful. And whilst I've been an advocate of not financing car parts for the last decade, I really appreciate that some people, and I've done it myself, where you break something and you're like, bollocks, and then you need to buy something, don't you? So that seems to be really, really good and really happening for us, and I'm very pleased with that. But yes, I'm doing some social media to make people aware that we've got that payment option. We've always done PayPal credit, so if you've got a great PayPal credit score, you can always use that. But yeah, the other part of the social media that I'm doing today, when I finished my little drive in my Mitsubishi Colt, is some YouTube work. I've come across a channel, and it's only when I first found it, it only had about 200 followers or 200 subscribers, and it's called Expression Culture. I think it's called Expression Culture, and he's a great guy, and he's into his Hondas big time, and he's got a Honda CRZ and a Jazz, and whilst it's not FN2, I've really enjoyed his videos, but he's only got 200 subscribers, and I really think with the amount of effort that he's putting into his videos, and you can see him gradually getting better, because I've gone right back to the start. I've gone right back to his first videos, and I've started watching them. I almost watched them in sequence to get the full experience of his channel. I've gone right back to the start, and you can see you can see he's becoming more and more comfortable with the camera, and more descriptive with what modifications he's making, and the video editing and the content's coming together. He's got to this point now where I think I've only just picked up on this channel. I really like it, but I really think I want to help him, because he deserves more followers. And I'm always banging on about my friends that have got YouTube channels like Cowabunga Car Diaries, Robster VTech, Limitations, Modfix, FN3 Build. The list goes on. There's loads of them out there that I really appreciate their content, because you know, it keeps me happy, because I can sit when the weather's nice today, but when the weather's crappy, or when I'm on a break at work, I can watch a little video, and it's better than TV, isn't it? It's way better than TV. It's content that's aimed at me, because I'm into cars and I want to see more car stuff, and these channels that are producing content that's helping me. Like I'm seeing people modify the CRZ, and I'm like, that does look like a good mod. Why don't Dynodaze sell that part? So I'm seeing these, for example, I'm seeing these hybrid racing parts for Civics and other Hondas. I'm like, hey, these guys are really enjoying these parts, and they look really good quality. And I'm reaching out to the suppliers and saying, come on, I want to start selling this hardware. It looks good. So I've got some tests to do on some hybrid racing parts. But yeah, I mean, that's the point. I'm utilising YouTube and these smaller channels and really picking up a lot of knowledge. It's a lot of good data out there. And this guy, Expression Culture, I'm sure that's what it's called. But go and check it out. Go and find him. He put so much effort in, and he's only got 200 subscribers. He's putting that much effort in, and there's 200 regular people that are watching his videos. I think we've got to get that to thousands. I think we've got to get at least 2,000 subscribers on that channel this year, because we all will benefit from it. We've got to get all these smaller channels supported. Dynodaze is a small niche channel. We put a little bit of information out there about what we're doing, and we make some dyno videos and some workshop videos. And for us, it's great fun doing it, and it's great for business. And YouTube being the world's second biggest search engine. So, for example, I could be in the dyno cell, and I could have a brand new Skoda Octavia on the dyno, and I can't get the traction control to turn off. Well, what do? I actually don't Google anything anymore. I go into YouTube, and YouTube says, oh, here's the process of how to go through the secret menu to get it into dyno mode, or here's the fuse that you've got to pull to turn the traction control off completely. And I'm using YouTube as that tool, and it's all knowledge. And I think that's what we're doing with these Civics. That's what Dynodaze is doing with its content. If you've got a Skoda Fabia VRS and you want to see what sort of power they put out of the dyno, you end up at Dynodaze looking at the YouTube channel, watching countless Skoda Fabia VRS videos, and I think it's really good. So we've got to keep going, and we've got to keep supporting each other. So that's what I'm doing. So today, if you are watching this video, and I hope you are, on your Sunday, and you think to yourself, I'm going to support somebody today. I'm going to do a little bit to help out and share the love and spread the love. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go and follow this expression culture. You're going to have a look at some of his videos. You're going to drop some thumbs up, some comments. You're going to see what he's doing with his Honda CRZ, that's what it's called, and his hybrid racing installs and stuff. And you're going to subscribe. And I'm going to be eternally grateful, because I feel like we're sharing the support across all these different YouTube channels, and I hope I'm pretty sure that some of the bigger channels like Cowabunga Car Diaries and stuff already follow this channel. So if those lads like it, and we all know those lads are sound, well, it's got to be good. So let's go follow that. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to share the love. I'm going to spread the word. Not the actual word, but I'm going to spread the word of that channel. Yes. So I'm going to go and continue and have a bit of a drive with some tunes on. Even though I'm in my little Mitsubishi Colt, like I say, it's good for us, isn't it? It's good brain space time. Process my week in my brain, and then get stuck into some YouTube stuff. So there's some YouTube videos coming up this week, and there's also some from yesterday's dyno. So we had like 4 Seat Leons, so I've made a video of those. We had a couple of Fabia VRSs, etc. So I'm gonna go do that. Yeah, and peace out. Thanks for liking and subscribing and watching and supporting us. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Thanks for following us on all the other pages like Facebook and Instagram, and hey, TikTok. Dynodaze has got a TikTok now. I never thought I'd say that. I thought TikTok was a character in Return to Oz, but no, it's a social media platform. And currently all I'm uploading to TikTok is just flames and pops and bangs and madness. So go check that out. But yes, thank you very much everyone. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. And I'll see you on the next one. Enjoy your Sunday everyone. Bye bye.
Said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.